Hey there, drone fans. Rick here again from Drone Valley. So today's an incredibly exciting day for me, and I'm almost giddy with anticipation even talking about this. About 30 minutes ago, my doorbell rang. I went out to see who it was, and there standing on the porch was my friendly FedEx guy with a box for me from China. And in that box was my brand new DJI Mavic Pro. And I am just so excited and so anxious to get my hands on this thing to start playing with it. But I thought, let me take a breath. Let me open up the box and show you what's inside there so you can get a feel for what you're going to get when yours arrives. Now, don't hate on me because I ordered this thing on the 27th like most of you did, or a lot of you did. And honestly, I'm not one of the ones who normally gets a product early. Typically, I'll order 30 seconds after the pre-orders open up, and I'll be middle or end of the pack. I try to buy concert tickets. I'm always in the back of the arena. So for me to get this box early, it's just tickling me to no end, but I'm sure you're going to get them soon. So just to give you some feeling for when I ordered it, I tried, like most of you did, to get on the website during the press release announcement, and it was up, it was down, it was hard to get in. You get to one page and then it would fail. So I finally got in and placed the order about 8 p.m. East Coast time on the 27th, and that should give you a feel for where you sort of fit in that stack. And I do believe they're shipping them in order. I've heard some stories about the standard Mavic shipping, but the Mavic Fly More kit being delayed a little bit. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure you'll see a flood of videos today for unboxings of the ones that delivered, because I can't be the only guy that got one. But just bear in mind that they are shipping them, they are being delivered, so I'm sure yours will be here soon if it hasn't arrived already. All right, so first impressions of the box. First off, I can't get over how small it is. It's like a one-finger lift. It's so light, so compact. And they did a good job with the graphics on the box. So on the front, you've got, obviously, a picture of the Mavic. Really nice-looking picture there. Nice quality box, too. Nice hard cardboard. On the back, you've got serial number, model number information for the drone, and you've got all the approvals for U.S. and other countries for safety considerations and regulatory approval. So, pretty standard box. Now, to open the box, you basically just push in on the handle and lift up from the bottom, and it flips open. Now, if you look closely at the box, they've really done a decent job. It's not like your standard box where you just throw it in there, put some foam on the top of it, and run with it. They've actually done laser cutting and form fitting with the box. So, I think I'm going to hang on to this for quite some time to use it to transport the drone when I'm traveling, because it really is small enough and compact enough and holds it in there securely. So I really like that. So let me get the drone out. Now, I haven't held this yet. I've held off opening up the box and playing with this until we did the video, because I wanted to feel it for the first time as I took it out. And oh man, I can't, oh man, give me a sec. This is incredible. I've seen pictures and I've seen other videos of it, and I know I sound like a total fanboy here, like some 16-year-old kid that, is excited about something, but I guess I am. I just really am blown away by this. I can't tell you. It's hard to convey the fit and form and feel of this. I mean, they've really built this thing to have a very high-end feel. Even the laser cutting and etching on the metal is just top quality. It's just fantastic. And I can't get over how small it is, too. I know I've seen videos. We've all seen Casey's videos and other videos on the YouTube channel, but that's my hand. There's the drone. It really is not much bigger than my palm. Okay, it's thicker than my palm, but for a packing perspective, this could go everywhere with me. This could slide my backpack, and the fact that this is a companion product to like a Phantom 4 as far as functionality goes just blows me away, and I'll do some comparisons with the two of them. But first impressions, unbelievably cool. Unbelievably cool. All right, so let me fold it open. So you guys know you fold up these arms first. You have to do them in this order. So fold up those arms first, then fold the bottom arms down. Now in the box, it's obviously shipped with only, looks like 2 propellers and 2 missing. But wow, just wow. All right, so when I fire this up later, you don't have to worry about straightening these out either and getting them perfect, because the centrifugal force of the motors when it first powers up will spin the blades out to the ends. But I'll let that sit there for a minute. So man, oh man, that's cool. Again, I'm sorry I'm gushing over this, and I'll spend some time with it in private later and really go through it. But my first impression is home run on the product. All right, so let's get to the controller. So a lot's been made about this controller being small, and yeah, it's small. It's really small. I mean, it's video game sized. Here's my palm again. It's like a Nintendo product. That's small. I mean, it's a controller smaller, an Xbox controller small. 2 small antennas on the top. Now this has got the OcuSync technology in it, which is actually a better, it seems like a better technology or a modification of the Lightbridge technology that's in the Phantom 3 and Phantom 4. So it says it'll go further. It's hard for me to believe that's in fact the case based on the smaller antennas, but depending on the technology it's built in there, I'm sure they've done their testing and it worked pretty well for them. So the bottom, just slide these open like that. They do have a little bit of spring, so you can slide them sideways if you have a larger phone. But again, it's made to accommodate the larger iPhones, and the larger Samsung phones, or even smaller phones will fit in there as well. And what I'm noticing right off the bat, and I saw some of the clips on this, now that I'm getting to look at it up close, there is a mating connection here for the power and connection to your phone. And I'm assuming in this box, buried somewhere in the bowels of that box, there's a couple of other cables that you can use for different styles phones, because this is set up for an iPhone right now. But if you had an Android or you had some specialized cable, it'd be interesting to see if those cables are included. So let me set that down. And again, my plan is this week to fly it like crazy. So I'll probably be outside for hours and hours flying it. But once I'm done flying it, I'm going to do a couple of clips. I'll probably do one specifically on the drone, then a second one on the controller. And if the DJI app is different, I'll go through every nook and cranny of that and give you an idea what the screen shows you versus what the phone or tablet shows you. So you'll have a real good feel for it by the time yours shows up, if it hasn't gotten there already. All right, so let's dive a little deeper into the box. So there's a front compartment here that lifts out with a ton of cables. So let me set that aside. So inside there, yeah, here we go. So there are two other cables that are obviously companions to the one that's in there for different styles of phones. Now I'm not going to open these right now, but I can see just looking through the plastic, that's a micro USB, and I have to see what that one is. But those are the two extra cables. Okay, there's a cable here, which is a charging cable. It's a standard micro USB cable to USB for charging the controller. So maybe that plugs into the power supply somewhere. This is the standard power connection for the power supply. Let me dive in a little deeper. Piece of foam there. There's a box here. Wonder what's in here. Oh, cool. All the manuals are in there. So nice little box folded up inside there, and you've got all your manuals. So it looks like several manuals, probably different languages, or maybe there's one in the drone, there's one in the battery, there's probably one on the controller, and there's warranty information. So I don't normally read manuals. I'm a lazy guy that way, but I'm going to devour these. I did read the online PDF versions, so I have a real good feel for what's going on with the drone already. Since I didn't have it, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I really wanted to know everything about it. But I will go through these before I fly it, just to make sure nothing's changed that I should be aware of. So kind of cool they pack it up. I also have to applaud DJI for building the manual, or putting the manuals in the box in a printed form, because you can read them digitally, and a lot of companies like you to go to their website and download them and print them out. But having them with the unit is just nice. All right, so on the bottom there, it looks like the power supply. So let me lift that out. Wow. Really small. I mean, smaller than any laptop charger I've got, certainly smaller than the other drone battery chargers. Proprietary connection on the end, which is different than the Phantom 4 and the Phantom 3. So obviously it's made for this this Mavic Pro product, so proprietary connection. Okay, here we go. So on this end, you've got the AC to plug into your wall, or whatever country you're in, you'll have a mating connection for your power. Looks like the power supply, yeah, it's voltage and frequency switching, so it's a worldwide power supply. On this end, I've got two standard USB connections, one of which will marry up with this connection, I'm sure, to charge the controller. The other one looks like it could be used for almost anything. So if you want to charge your phone, and again, I'll do some specification checking on this, but it seems that these are standard USB connections. You could charge your controller on one and charge your phone on the other. So kind of cool they built that second one in, because they could have just stuck you with one of them there. So let me sit that down. Is there anything else in there? Looks like there might be some more stuff over here. So there's another piece of rubber there, and sure enough, in the bottom of that, looks like two. That looks like it. Looks like two blades. So, and nice little blade bags too. So the other drones came with larger blades, obviously, and the blade bags were bigger. But these are small enough where you can fit them right on there. So these are the two that go on the front. There's a spare set there that you can have when you eventually, and I'm sure you will, crash this into a tree or something, and you've got blades to replace it if you have to. Now, I will say out of the gate, I only ordered the basic kit on purpose because I wanted to get here as quickly as possible. I found in the past when you order sort of combo kits where there's extra stuff in them, they may take a little longer for them to assemble them, because these are the ones that end up at the retailers first. The big box stores take the basic kit and then love selling accessories later. But having gotten this now, the first thing I'm going to do today when I finish talking to you guys on this video is go upstairs and order a couple of batteries and order a couple of extra sets of blades. I want to talk a little bit about the battery. The price of this is very reasonable. The Phantom 4 batteries, and I've complained about this before, $150, $160 for a battery. Great battery, smart battery, but man, is that an expensive battery. The Mavic battery is only $89. Now I say only, but that's a lot of money. But compared to the other drones with about the same amount of flying time, I think that's a bargain. So I'll probably pick up two of those. You know, do what you think is right for you, but I like having extra batteries so I don't have to go out, fly, let it land, charge, and fly again, so I can have extra cells. Same thing with the blades. I always carry 3 or 4 extra sets of blades with me just in case I need them. I don't crash often, and now with this improvement with crash avoidance, I'll crash even less. But if I do, I want to make sure that I've got extra batteries to actually take care of that problem out there. So that's pretty much everything in the box at this point. There's nothing else in the bottom of it, so I'll close that up. And again, I hope yours gets here soon. I imagine it will. I'm sure they're all shipped at this point. At least the pre-orders have shipped at this point. If they're seriously backed up, hopefully it'll get there very, very quickly for you. And again, I'm thrilled to have this, and I'm not doing this video to sort of say, hey, I got mine, isn't this cool? I'm doing this because you guys know how much I love flying. I've really been looking forward to this for a long time. And the fact that I've got a drone now that I can take on the plane with me with really no limitations as far as where I pack it, because with the Phantom 4 product, I was really, you know, every time I went on a trip, I'd be thinking, do I really want to drag that big box with me, or am I going to leave it home? But having something that small that I can throw in my bag with me, there's no concern anymore about should I bring the drone or shouldn't I bring the drone. So DJI has answered all my complaints about large drones, and I'll still love my large drones, and the 4 and probably the 5 that's coming will have advanced features over this even, so I imagine there'll be a leapfrogging that goes on between Mavic and Phantom, but this product for me just fills a real gap in portability and flexibility about a drone. So if it's everything it says it's cracked up to be, home run on their hands. And I'll be brutal in the reviews. I mean, I spend a lot of time around these technologies, and you guys know that I'm not positive on everything. There are issues. I can tell you right off the bat, one thing I'm a little frustrated with is that this is somewhat limited, right? So those of us that use a tablet isn't going to fit in here. So I'm sure the third-party companies are working frantically to come up with some mechanism that probably slides in there and allows you to clamp a tablet on the top of it. But, you know, okay, they made it small. They had to make it small. That, to me, might be a problem, because I'm not flying with my iPhone 6 that often. I'd rather fly with like an iPad mini or something like that. So just to prove that I am a little bit critical of things. Anyway, that's all I had for today. I don't want to run this on too long. I want to get outside and fly it. It's more for me than you guys, to be honest with you. But if you have any questions, anything you want me to take pictures of, or answer questions about specifics on the drone, drop them below. Please subscribe to the channel. Our subscriber count's been growing every day, and that's a really healthy thing for us. That's a huge inspiration to me that people are finding value in these clips, and I love doing them, and knowing you guys are enjoying watching them is a big deal for me. So please do that. Thumbs up are great. Don't flame me on this one. I probably didn't do as good a job as professional unboxers, but I'm just a regular guy who loves flying, got his Mavic early, and thought, let me put a clip out there so you guys can see what I see when I open up the box. So anyway, that's it for today. Have a great afternoon. Thanks an awful lot for watching, and again, happy droning.